Hi, Marcus. Thanks so much for taking a bit of time to talk about your journey, particularly over the last 12 months. So, first of all, let's just kind of go back over 12 months ago when we first started working together, and just give everyone a bit of an overview of what was happening for you and where were you at back then.
Actually, I think it's about 14 months ago.
Okay, 14
And I
months.
don't remember how we actually came across each other, but at the time I'd been made redundant after nearly 30 years in the water industry. So I was looking at someone in the late 50s to work out what they were going to do next.
Yeah. And from being in that position, let's kind of fast forward the 14 months and where are you now?
As far away as I'd ever thought I would be. I've changed jobs, changed industries, changed profile, and even changed addresses. I'm moved from Brisbane to far north Queensland and loving it.
Yeah. And one change that I noticed about you is about the extent of the smile on your face right now as well.
Yeah, that was a long time missing, I must admit. Yeah.
Yeah. And so where you are right now, what um you know, you're far away from where you were, but what's the feelings that you're experiencing? What's actually the difference for you, other than kind of physically moving and changing industry? What's it meant to you in your life to make the changes that you've made?
The key thing is I am somewhere where I'm wanted and
Yeah.
somewhere where I'm appreciated
Mm.
and somewhere where I can feel I can add value.
Yeah. Yeah.
Three simple
And
things. You
yeah,
forget
and
they are when they're gone.
yeah, definitely. And I see that, you're in a situation where your unique gifts and strengths are actually really valued, and you're excited and passionate about taking them to the next level as well.
And the important thing there is you help me appreciate my unique gifts.
Mm,
I always saw myself as a technical person.
mm,
And when we started working together, you gave me those personality profiles,
mm,
and you were quite pushy on the fact that I had a very high um, perception, and I can't
mm.
even see the other one now.
Yeah, intuition.
Uh, Intuition, that was the one,
Yeah,
and high human conductivity. But
yeah,
yeah, no, my feeling, that's what we did the
yeah,
Myers-Briggs, that
yeah,
my feeling was almost off the scale and my intuition was far off the scale. So
yeah,
it took you for a while to get me to realise that I needed
mm.
to exploit those. And I remember the wisest words you said to me was, you said, Marcus, you're applying for the wrong jobs. And I said, and you said you're applying for jobs that match your technical competency, not your personality competency. And you
Yeah,
said I need to find a place that had the culture in which I would fit. And that
yeah,
kind of was that light bulb moment. And thanks to you, I changed my tack a little bit, and
mm,
all things came together at once. And yeah, now I'm in a perfect culture with a business that values me.
mm.
So there we go. Thank you.
Brilliant. I've got tingles listening to you say that, because it's the first time we've had this conversation,
Mm.
and it's funny how when you're working with someone, what is it that actually sparks that trigger or that realization in people to go, what is that thing? For you it was that. For different clients it's different kind of parts. But it's always that transformational moment for us to kind of trigger, yeah, I do need to do something differently. And it's great to see the journey that you've made.
Yeah,
um
look, I was in a position where I was applying for jobs in my technical area. I
yeah.
was always finishing, second,
Mm,
not understanding why. And I think a
mm,
lot of it was A, age, and B, I came from a big city. So when I went to apply for rural, I thought, no, we don't want someone from the big city coming along with these highfalutin ideas. And as I said, I've kind of fallen on my feet. And the best words I heard was when the chairman popped his head in the door one day, and I asked
yeah,
him why they wanted me. And he said, after he first interviewed me, he turned around to the manager and said, we have to have this guy. So,
yeah,
what
yeah.
better
And that,
gratification can you get than a comment like that?
I know, it's perfect. And it is that analogy of, if you evaluate the performance of a fish and its ability to move whilst trying to climb a tree, you know, we look at it going, wait a minute, you're redundant, you know, that you're no good. But then if we change its environment and put it in an environment that's more conducive to it, which you've done, and then evaluate its performance and its ability to move in a pool of water, like, man, look at this thing go. And that's kind of the change that you've made. So, look, and it's really great to hear, you know, the value you got from the coaching to get those insights about yourself. And but also, you know, my last question is, what are some of the things that you did? You know, they could have been big things or small things that you did that actually made the difference for you over the course of the last 14 months.
One of it was your little 5-second rule, where you kept saying to me that you have 5 seconds to decide whether you're going to do something or not do it. So that's both I'll thank you for that and curse you for it. I guess a lot of it was resilience.
Yeah.
You know, when you're applying for a job for a long time, you get knocked back from the industry you thought you were really good in. It does get you down. And I guess a lot of it was the ability to take that step back and say, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
And there's one or two where I realised it wasn't me. There's one child that walked in the room, within 30 seconds I could tell they didn't want me. Well,
yeah.
You know, how could that have been about me? It was obviously about something else. So yeah, it's always hard to know. I've only been here for 6 weeks, so maybe ask me that question in a couple of months, and I'll.
Okay, yeah, we may well do. So, look, thank you very much for taking the time and sharing your story with people, and hopefully they can take some inspiration from it and some tips about the things that you made different. So, thanks a lot, Marcus.
You're welcome, Martin.
Cheers. Bye now.
Bye.